Hello, my name is Jennifer Kondrowski, and today I'm going to be talking about gun laws and concealed carry. Guns have always been an important aspect in my family and household. I've always seen them around hunting season, and I grew up always wanting to hunt because I always saw my dad and my brother go hunting. I went through hunter safety, which is a class to learn about how to use guns in a correct and safe way around everyone. Growing up, I always thought the only way and the correct way to use guns were either going hunting or through law enforcement. I understand now that people carry guns for safety. My dad carries around a gun when he goes to places that he's unaware about or has not gone to, or he feels like he's not going to be safe or he's alone. Guns are not toys, and people need to learn the correct use of them and how to use them safely. It's a very controversial topic. It's all over in the news, and this caused me to have an interest in learning about gun control and gun laws. So, I'm going to first take a look at the gun laws. So, in the article that I read from Wisconsin Gun Control Laws, it states that every state has their own laws, but every state has to follow the same federal laws. So, in Wisconsin, the laws are that you have to be of a minimum age of 18 or older to buy a gun. You have to wait 48 hours to receive the gun after you want to purchase it because you have to go through a background check, and you cannot be convicted of felony or have a mental illness. The next topic that I'm going to talk about is the risks that come along with carrying a gun. Although there are laws that are put in place to lower the risks, it still does not decrease all of them. So there was a study from the school in Philadelphia that studied the risks of carrying guns and what the people carrying guns the risks are and what people not carrying guns risks are. So one of the quotes that I found that was interesting was, people who carry guns are far likelier to get shot and killed than those who do not carry guns. This interested me because I thought that if you carried a gun that you could protect yourself more, or that they wouldn't want to come at you because you have a gun. But the study showed that carrying a gun, you are 4.5 times more likely to get shot than people who don't, because it puts you in positions that you wouldn't be if you didn't carry a gun. It shows the other person that you're superior to them, and people don't like when you're superior. But there also is a side that it does make you feel safer, and it makes you feel that you can stand up to other people. Next I'm going to talk about a real story that happened in 2015 in Milwaukee. Although we do have strict gun laws, that does not mean that no one can buy a gun that has a mental illness or is convicted of felony. So an article from the New York Times, Trial on Wisconsin Test Gun Laws, Judgment on Legal Sales, looked at a story from an 18-year-old who was trying to buy a Taurus, which is a type of firearm, couldn't buy it because he was convicted of felony. So he had a 20-year-old who was able to buy a gun buy it for him, so he paid him to buy the gun. And then a couple of years later, he ended up shooting a police officer, and they investigated the purchasing of the gun, and they realized that the 20-year-old bought it for the 18-year-old. And the police ended up suing the store that sold the gun and not the person that shot him, because the store shouldn't have sold the gun, because they saw that the purchasing and exchanging of the gun was within a distance, and they knew about the purchasing and that it was going to be a trade-off. Leading into this, another topic that goes on with in Wisconsin is that they want to bring concealed carry and allow it into buildings. So they want to open up the area that guns are allowed, and because they think that if you allow them into buildings, that guns won't be used as often in the buildings because they know it's not against the law. So from the Milwaukee Centennial, they brought up a point that says that if you allow them into building, it's going to increase, in states that allow concealed carry, the mass shootings still have occurred. So it's saying that even if you allow them, the shootings are still going to occur, and if you don't, they're still going to occur. So no matter what, it doesn't matter. But it also states that if you allow the guns in, it increases the chances of shootings happening. And the last topic that I'm going to be talking about is the arguments that are with concealed carry. So there's always two sides of arguments. There's either people that are with the argument or against the argument. So there is the silent majority, which are the people who are against concealed carry. They are not heard because they do not know much about the topic, and they don't really care about the topic because it's not something that they are strongly standing for. So the way these arguments are guided is by emotion and the two different groups. The people that are for gun control and concealed carry are going to be more into the topic because they want to keep concealed carry a thing, whereas if you're against it, you're only going to say what you have to say, and then you're going to drop it because you're not interested in it. Either it's gone and you're happy, or it's there and it doesn't really matter to you because you're not the one using it. So you hear more about the people who are for it because they pay attention more to the topic and they care more about it, so they're going to want to fight for it. So to end this, to follow up with all my sources that I use to back up why concealed carry and gun control should be more strict, is because it doesn't always help a person. It puts them more in danger than helping. And there's always two sides of the story, where some people really want it and some people don't. But people who don't agree with it should stand up, and they should back up their material and find reasons why it is not a good thing to have and fight for what they want. So thank you for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you learned a little bit about why concealed carry is dangerous.